The time has come to remove the mask, my friend. You once wore to protect yourself, to survive, and to belong into society. Those layers were never your true essence, and you know that. There's something that in 2025 you will start feeling more and more as your energy is becoming more potent. Your real essence is becoming more clear. Louder it is calling you into being, into fully integrating yourself into your character. And you've been through so much until now, and all these experiences taught you who you are and how to carry yourself. There's something that is happening and you're already feeling it. I want to talk about 7 different signs that are happening to all of you, the chosen ones, the ones who've chosen to walk this path consciously, who've chosen to wake up and be who you came here to be, become fully integrated selves and serve a mission that was placed in your heart. You see, the masks we've been wearing to protect ourselves, to belong, to fit in, we've left them behind because we've recognized that it's exhausting to be someone you're not. As Charles Bukowski said, can you remember who you were before the world told you who you need to be? You've started remembering. So those layers were never your true essence. They were only shields from the sacred light that dwells within you. Now the world calls you to be the real you, to embody the realness of yourself, not to fit in but to create your own world, to make it the way that you will find it fun, interesting, valuable and meaningful, to create your, not just your reality, but a whole life around what matters to you. As you step into this shift, the universe will guide you with different types of synchronicities that you will meet along your journey. And you will recognize that everything until now was unfolding quite sacredly. So one thing you will start experiencing in 2025 is the falling away of the old. The falling away of the old. You will see relationships, habits, roles that you've been playing. It's all crumbling. Only real people will stay in your life, and you will meet many new people who will be aligned with your real energy, with your real essence. So many times you will feel called to completely new places that maybe you would never go, or you will experience that there's a place you never heard before. You will get there and you will, through synchronicities, meet people who are more aligned with you, with your values, with how you want to live your life. Do not resist it. Because it's only a clearing. It's clearing of the old. It's clearing of what doesn't serve your highest possible you. And yeah, you're moving through a powerful transition. So you need to embrace it. And you also need to know that everything unfolds when things are ready to unfold. So don't force anything, but be perceptive. Be perceptive how your life is going on right now. You see, what you need to erase from your mind is that need to be somebody. You already are perfect. It doesn't mean there is no space for improvement. It just means that you don't need to change yourself for no one. When you feel a need for change, you feel it because you want to change, because you want to experience more, or you want to stretch yourself or become more skillful or wise in something, not to fit in into somebody else's expectations. This is a big change, and you don't need to protect yourself or to hold yourself back because you've been hurt in the past. Now you're recognizing you actually want to be seen. You want to be heard. You want to speak up. So you've become more open and you've started like breaking the silence many times. And that feels great, right? You've recognized there's a whole new you inside of you when you give life to it. The second thing you will experience is a desire for more vulnerability. Yeah, you will feel it because you will feel a growing urge, as I said, to be seen. Not as you were taught to be, but as you are. When you will notice how interesting creature you are, how many unknown, unfamiliar skills you have, how much of before unappreciated wisdom you have, you will notice there's an urge to be seen. Like you will feel a need to, I don't know, start a YouTube channel or start expressing your thoughts somewhere, start an Instagram page and start sharing your knowledge. You will feel a need to do something like that because suddenly there's no more shame anymore. Fear is not holding you back anymore. Now you want to be maybe vulnerable. You want to open up. You want to express your art. You want to share it. This is a sign that you are fully integrating yourself, embracing yourself, sharing your truths and imperfections will feel freeing, as if the weights would fall off your shoulders. That is a beautiful thing you can do, my friend, because it will firstly free you in a sense of a state of being. You will experience more flow in your life. It will lead to more joy and it will lead into more creativity. Doesn't matter how many people you will reach, you will just start to have more fun at doing that. And because of having fun at doing that, you will also be consistent at it. And through consistency, you will reach the right people and the universe will connect you with those who resonate with your message. However it will be, not necessarily social media, maybe it will be in your personal life. You will come to the right people and you will be introduced to new opportunities where your vulnerability will be able to shine and help others. So be ready for this kind of evolution in your life. You are ready now. The third thing you will experience is awakening of your true desires. As the masks that protected your passions will dissolve, all your heart will reveal what it truly craves. You will recognize that deep inside there was a passion of yours you've been neglecting because you've been afraid to follow it. You thought if you will follow it, people will think you're crazy. You thought if you will follow it, you will lose security. You thought if you will follow it, people will not like you anymore. You had all kinds of weird fears because of your childhood, and now you're recognizing, oh no, I'm here to fully embody it. I'm here to do what my heart says, not what society says. And your heart is wise beyond years and wiser than your intellect, so it would be wise to listen to it, right? You may feel pulled toward new paths that resonate with your soul's purpose, even if you don't know what it means. What soul's purpose actually means? Well, it means that you do something that puts your soul on fire. If soul is a psyche, it means that you feel alive when you're doing it. Like there's more life in your body when you're doing it. It means you lose the sense of space and time because you go beyond third dimension when you're doing it. It expands you, it stretches your spirit, and therefore you experience more when you're doing it. That's how you know it's aligned with your purpose. You see, whatever really speaks to you is aligned with your purpose, because that's where you truly stretch your qualities, sharpen them, and you use your weaknesses as guidance. Like whatever caused you to be weak in life will also build you in wisdom. And then your wisdom will serve you as a certain act of service to others. So you see, there's no separation when it comes to a path of liberation. It's actually connecting the dots of everything you've been through, so then you can form a picture, a message, a book that can be shared with the world. So therefore you shouldn't avoid something that makes you different and special and unique. You should fully embrace it and use it as a message for the world or service for others, because many people need you and you know that they need you. The fourth sign you will experience is that more and more synchronicities will start happening to you this year. You will notice signs everywhere, like you've already been seeing repetitive numbers, you've been experiencing profound coincidences or symbols that remind you that you're supported. These are all reminders from the universe that you are never alone and that your path is supported. And when you become more perceptive of these signs, you recognize that they only show up when you do certain particular things. Because when your energy is aligned, the universe will signal to you that you are aligned. Like sometimes may happen, you will have a very interesting meditation and then the whole day will align perfectly. And then other days don't align as well as that previous day did. And you will notice maybe it was the meditation that created some effects in your life. Sometimes you will notice that you've been in a grateful state for most of the day, and then you will recognize so many good things happen that day. So you will notice your emotional state has a lot to do with how your life is going. And that's how the universe is teaching you to level up. Let's level up everything. Don't just meditate when you meditate. Live your life as it's your meditation, right? Meditation means to be aware. It means to notice, to catch yourself. Now live your life as you're meditating. Be aware when you're talking. Be aware of others. Catch yourself when you fall into doubts, into fears, into insecurities. And notice that you are already secured by the universe and that everything is going by the plan. And sometimes you don't need to be aware of the plan. You just need to follow the stream and see where life pulls you. Not where your ego pulls you, not where your fears pulls you, where life pulls you. Because it is constantly pulling you towards somewhere. Aim towards where it pulls you and you will know what it is. Right? Synchronicities will take you there. The fifth sign you will experience is that inner confidence will start blossoming for you. Yeah, you already feel it, right? Haven't you? As you embrace your true self, fear of judgment will diminish. You will start boldly walking in your light, unapologetically, aligned with who you are meant to be. So what does it mean? Well, it means before you've came here, you've decided who you will be, what kind of position you will take, what kind of things you will desire, what kind of experiences you want to have, and then you came here and they brainwashed you to think, oh, you shouldn't desire that because then you will be too materialistic. You shouldn't have this because then you will be too this. And you shouldn't do these things because then you will be weird. And you've been like, oh, life is so boring, life is so meaningless. And you've adapted to that. Now, as you're waking up, you've recognized there's nothing wrong with having these desires. Actually, if you crave these experiences, follow them. Why not? Follow them. They will teach you, obviously, what you want to know. Desire is a sacred thing. So don't believe it's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with it. When they own you, when you lose happiness and joy only because it's not here yet, then you're in trouble. If you know how to live life fully in the present moment, then desires are just new forms of play, right? And that's how we learn. I personally have desire to read many different books about many different subjects, and therefore I'm just constantly buying new books. It's just one of my desires and I'm fully following it. I also love beauty and I love luxury sometimes. And yeah, it's a great time to enjoy. Why not? But I also know how to live without it because I've been through a great phase of poverty in my life, so it humbled me, and I know how to live without everything, so I'm not attached to anything. And that's how you may notice that maybe your past was really your teacher, and this year you're fully activating yourself, you're fully embracing yourself. There's nothing wrong with any of what you feel that you want. Just make sure it doesn't own you, right? Be you, stay you, but obviously you're becoming more and more aware of who you really are. The sixth sign that is awakening inside of you, and this year will become very potent, is freedom from defense mechanisms. Whoa, this one is powerful. Old ways of protecting yourself, overthinking, pleasing others, or hiding will no longer feel necessary. Whew. Do you feel that, my friend? Because, yeah, many of us, you don't need that old mask anymore, that old protective mechanism. Why? Well, firstly, you will notice that you will meet many new people who will accept you as you are, and then you will notice, oh, there's no need to pretend anymore. When people accept you as you are, you recognize that it's so beautiful to be as you are. When you don't need to pretend anymore to be loved or to be accepted or to be approved, you recognize that you stop wasting your sacredness. You stop losing your energy only so you would exist. So when you can exist as you are, you recognize it fulfills you. It actually charges you. It's not exhausting, it's fulfilling, and suddenly your cup is more than full. You have so much to share. You have so much to pour into others, right? So when you're free from defense mechanisms, suddenly you respect yourself more, right? It doesn't mean that you just live the same as before. You set strong boundaries. You don't allow others to disrespect you, but you also don't fight with them. You meet them on the level of their consciousness, and you just know what is appropriate in that time, right? You don't fight with them because they don't appreciate you or respect you. You just move on, live your life, and invest it more into those who are on your level. Sure, when it comes to service, you serve those that are not there, but you don't waste too much of your energy with them. Like, for example, when I went into doing art, many people didn't understand that. Many people didn't appreciate that. And if I would be focusing way too much on them, I would never go on with that path. It took me far, but it would never happen if I would listen to them. And that's something you're also realizing. You're recognizing your path is so sacred, you shouldn't ignore it because of what they told you should be. Right? Freedom from defense mechanisms. You're not protecting yourself anymore. Your empathy is becoming more controlled. And controlled, I mean, you're not so much lost in the emotions and thoughts of others. You're recognizing that when you take care of yourself, when you take care of your body, of your mind, and of your soul, you become kind of empowered. So the external world is not affecting you so much anymore. Now you know that, yeah, you are separated from others, but you're also connected with others. You're separated from others when you feel overwhelmed, and you're connected with others when you want to help them. So you've learned to switch, like when you want to disconnect from the world and be an individual self, and when you want to connect with the world and become the collective self. And when you have this kind of control, you're fully empowered. The external world is not blowing you around like a wind. Now you became the one that's empowered. This is freedom from defense mechanisms. And the seventh sign you will experience this year is a profound sense of peace. You already feel it, right? Do you? The journey to the real self leads to an inner calm that cannot be shaken. You will no longer feel the need to survive, to prove, to compare, for you will know that simply being is enough. This one is powerful. You don't need to be anything, to do anything, or to show up as anyone to be enough. You are enough. And that's it. No words needed. But it's still in the words. When you know that, when you fully feel in your heart, well, then you choose to do what you choose to do, not what someone else said you should do. You start listening what your body needs and you provide it. You start listening what your soul needs and you provide it. You start listening what your mind needs and you provide it. And as you become more whole, you start listening what people around you need and you provide it. What maybe your culture needs and you provide it. What the world needs and you provide it. What the universe needs and you provide it. Right? In the past, we've been told we should constantly be giving others, be there for others, and we've exhausted ourselves. Now, we've learned to empower ourselves so then we can give what we truly feel called to give, what lays in our heart that we are here to give, not what is just needed, but what God or the universe placed you here to be fulfilled through you. And that is powerful. Recognizing this is powerful. Walking in this kind of mission, yeah, it's powerful. I'm proud of you, my friend. Place your hand onto your heart and be proud of yourself. Be grateful for yourself because you've come far in your life. Yeah, thank yourself because you've taken yourself to right here, right now. Appreciate yourself. My friends, I hope you found great value in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's artwork as well. To anyone who would love to see more of my art, I'm an artist and you can find more of my art on AttractPassion.com, where you can find prints of my art. Through that you can support this mission. You can find also some of the original paintings. Check it out. And thanks to everyone for choosing to support this mission also on our Patreon page, AttractPassion. The link is in the description of this video. Also follow me on Instagram, AttractPassion, where I'm posting daily inspiration. Thank you so much, and till next time, one love.